Hi yoga friends, I'm glad you could join me today. We're going to do just a few poses that are going to help with maybe some lower back pain, some stress. And so sit in your comfortable seated position. We want to cross the ankles if we can. We bring the legs in front of us if you'd like to do that. We're just opening up the hips. Pull the shoulders back and palms up on the knees. Close your eyes. Start to gently relax your neck. Bring the shoulders down. Start to scan your body for any tightness or tension. Start at the toes, wiggle the toes, work your way all the way up to the knees, and then to the hips, and then all the way up to the shoulders, to the crown of your head. Start to lengthen your inhales and exhales and ask yourself if you're breathing fast or slow, deep or shallow, trying to get into a rhythm with your breath. And always starting by breathing in through the belly, expanding the rib cage, and then bringing the breath up to the chest. Letting your chest rise. And exhale first from the belly. Then bring the rib cage together, and then the chest all the way down as you press out all the air from your lungs, and then relax. And you can take this on your own, about 3 more rounds, but we're going to move on a little farther, and we're going to drop the chin to the chest and pull the shoulders back. And then rotate your right ear to your right shoulder and bring your left arm straight out. Put your fingertips onto the mat. Keep bringing that right ear to your right shoulder and keeping your left shoulder down. Then turn your left palm up and lift your arm about shoulder height. And then bring that left arm all the way over your head and a nice side stretch. And then all the way back up. And we're going to drop our chin to our chest again. And rotate your left ear to your left shoulder, keeping your right shoulder down. Bring your right arm out and place the fingertips on the mat and keep bringing that left ear to your left shoulder. And then turn the palm of the right hand up and raise that arm just about shoulder height. And then lift that right arm all the way up and over your head. And a nice side stretch all the way through your side from the hip to the side and the shoulders. And then bring the right arm up and rest your hands on your knees. And we're going to do a few seated cat-cows. So we're going to just arch the back, pull back on the knees and look up. And then exhale as you round your spine, tuck your chin. And again, arch the back, come forward, look up. And then round your spine with an exhale. Come back to your seated position, and then we'll just do some hip circles. We're going to start at the left. Bring the nose close to the mat and back up as you pull back on the knees. And then all the way around. And then take it the other direction. Trying to open up the space in between the vertebra and your spine. And opening up the hips, releasing the stress and the tension. Then come to your seated position one more time and lace your fingers together and press outward and then upward. Keep your elbows straight, really close to your ears, and twist to your right. Back to center, and then to your left. And back to center, and release your fingertips and just let them just kind of float down to the mat. And rest your right hand just behind your hips, and then your left arm comes up, press through the fingertips, and just lean to the right as again, we're going to stretch to the side and release a lot of that tension. And then come back with that left hand behind you, bring the right arm up, press through the fingertips, and lean to your left. And then come back up, Bring both hands behind you. Shoulders are opening to release the heart and the chest. Take 2 long deep breaths. Breathe in through the nose. And then part your lips and just exhale through the mouth. Come back to your seated position and lace the fingers together and press outward and upward. And again, twist to your right. Keep the elbows straight, really close to the ears. And then back to center. And then all the way to the left. Really twist at the waist. Come back to center and let your fingers part and let them just glide down to the mat. Place your right hand behind you. Once again, your left hand comes onto the right knee. Look forward and take a deep inhale. And exhale as you twist and look over that right shoulder. And release and bring the right hand to your left knee. Left hand comes behind you. Look forward. Inhale. Sit up nice and tall and exhale as you twist and look over that left shoulder. And release. Come onto your hands and knees. Your knees are directly underneath your hips and your hands are directly underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingertips. Begin to press through the fingertips into the palms. Try to leave out the wrists in this one so you don't hurt the wrist, or go all the way up to the shoulders. Drop the belly and look up to your cow position. And then exhale as you round your spine into cat. And again, drop your belly, look up. And exhale around the spine. And one more time, drop the belly, look up, arch the back. And tuck your chin. Bring the belly button up toward the spine. And then we'll come to a neutral tabletop. Bring the knees together. And we're going to sit our hips back onto the heels. And bring your hands behind you, grasp onto your feet. And bring your forehead down to the mat. Relax the shoulders. Take 3 long deep inhales and exhales and really relax into this pose as you bring your chest down toward your knees, hips toward your heels. And then come all the way back up. Come back to your seated position, only this time we are going to bring the left foot into the right thigh. Flex the right foot, sit up nice and tall on your sits bones. You're just going to slide the right hand down and the left arm comes up. Really stretch through that left side. And then the left hand comes down and the right arm comes up. And really flex the right foot. And then come back up. And then we're going to take the left hand to the side of you, point the right toes, come down to the mat with the right toes, and lift that right arm all the way up. And then lower yourself very slowly all the way down. We're going to switch feet. We're going to bring that right foot into the inner thigh. And we're going to flex the left foot, sit up nice and tall. Remember to sit up tall on the sits bones, flex the left foot. And we're going to slide that left hand down as we bring the right arm up. And then bring the right arm to the side as we bring the left arm up. And stretch. You really stretch all the way through the fingertips. Just thinking about the hip area, how tight that might be. And stretch all the way through that side. And come back up. And then we're going to take the right hand behind us. as we point the left toes toward the mat, and then we're going to lift and stretch. This is a form of gate pose like we do sometimes, but just a little different. Bring the left hand down. Very slowly, bring your feet together. We're going to come into cobbler's pose. Toes together, feet together. Grab hold of your feet. Flat back. Bringing that chest toward your heels. Never rounding your back at this point. Kind of bounce the knees apart. Now take a deep inhale. And exhale as you come forward, rounding your spine, bringing your elbows closer to the mat. And then come back up and lace your fingers underneath your ankles. And we're going to stretch the shoulders a little, and we're going to round the spine again. And then just walk your hands down underneath you. Continue to bend the right knee. And you're going to bring that to the side of the mat. Bring the left foot behind you. And we're going to try to get into our pigeon pose without actually standing like we've done in the past. So we're going to come up and we're going to try to align the hips, keeping the left leg straight. And go ahead and push up through your shoulders to begin with pigeon. And remember, we have 3 variations of pigeon. This is our king pigeon. And then we're going to come down, resting our chest on our leg. Bring your arms out in front of you if you'd like. This is sleeping pigeon. So rest your forehead on the mat. And if you're doing sleeping pigeon, you probably want to take 5 long deep breaths, which we probably won't do that today, but you can do that in your own time. If this stretch is not deep enough for you, you can always bend that left knee, reach back, grab hold of the ankle. And each time, 3 to 5 long deep breaths in each pose. And then relax. Come back up. Always press up through the arms, creating a nice straight spine, strong shoulders. And then we're just going to come back to our seated position once again. Come back to your cobbler's pose and stretch out those inner thighs. And exhale as you round your spine. And push up. And then go ahead and bend the left knee. Bring the right leg back. Try to align those hips. And pigeon. Keep walking that foot behind you. And go ahead and push the leg over to where you can kind of feel that you're aligning the hips, so you're not leaning over on that left hip. It's going to feel different on this side. Sometimes a little more uncomfortable. Press up through the arms. And then if you want to do sleeping pigeon, you come all the way down, resting your chest on your knee. Bring your hands out in front of you. You rest your forehead on your stacked hands if you want. Take 3 to 5 long deep breaths in this one. And if you need to come back and do this later, that's fine. Just feel the hip open and the stress is being relieved. Breathe deeply into that side of the hip, especially if there's tension and tightness in the hip. And press up. Bend the right knee. And release. And then come back to our seated position again. Bring your arms up. And lace your fingers together. Take a deep inhale. And exhale as you fold forward. And then use your core to lift all the way up. And release. And thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. I hope you'll do this at home every day, and that we will add more videos to this, and I hope that it will help you during this time that you are at home and needing to kind of release some stress. So until we meet again, namaste.